I think I need a break from building houses, so let's do something random today. Welcome to a new episode on the single player world. Last episode we finished up the slums, and that ended up getting us 2/3 away through the town. I do need a little break though, because building all these houses got a bit too much, so I decided to get some collections completed. At the Norman Keep, we already have a full set of pottery shards and banner patterns, but I only have a few music discs and horns. Seeing as we have most of the difficult discs already, we can gather the rest with a simple farm. I know there's a mushroom island not far from the coast, and it might be beneficial to build a farm over there so I can cut down on the spawn proofing that needs to be done. I mixed and matched certain things that I had found online with what I knew from just playing this game for a while. I started with a collection tunnel where I would stand on one side of the tunnel and there would be space on the other side for a skeleton to be. The creepers will land in the middle. That way, skeleton shoots creeper when it tries to shoot at me, and we get a music disc. I made sure I had a pressure plate to open up a trapdoor, giving the soon-to-be added skeletons a clear line of sight of me. I also added a double piston extender on the other side that when retracted spills lava into the creeper chamber. That way they won't stay there and lag out the area. The creeper farm is a simple bow tie design that I've built quite a bit in the past, and I chose it because, well, one, it's simple, it doesn't use that many materials, and I know it by heart, so I don't have to look up a tutorial. After placing in the cats though, I tested out the farm, and here's where I noticed my miscalculation. Yes, the island is giving me a bit of non-spawnable area, but there seem to be a lot of caves that are not flooded within the surrounding area, resulting in not many creepers spawning in the farm. So let me get a bunch of torches, and I'll light up as much as I can. It took me a couple of hours, but I think that I have most of the big caves lit up. And I do have to say that the farm runs rather well right now. It wouldn't pass as a gunpowder farm or anything, but for music discs, this is more than enough. As I'm rerouting the collection system, I have noticed that we might have all the discs already. So let me check. That does seem to be the case. Back in the tower, I added all the missing discs onto their respected barrels, and I'm proud to say that we have a full collection right now. I do have an idea on what I can do with these discs, but I'm not gonna tell you right now. You'll have to subscribe to see what I have planned for the future. It wouldn't be an X video without at least some building, so I decided to work on a front gate next to the manor house that we have at the town. I started by digging away the land that covered the ravine so we can have a natural defensive line. Then starting with an old tower in the same materials of the withered wall attached to it, adding some polished andesite as level lines and small windows. On top of it, we have a little round room, and we're gonna be adding a nice spired roof to cap it all off. The gatehouse itself consists of a small squared shaped room that connects to the tower with a wide arch. This creates the space to put the portcullis in later. The roof is a simple pitched A-frame made out of spruce and filled in with deep slate tiles. As for the interior, we're keeping it simple, but we are making sure that wherever we add a door, we're also adding in something to hide behind in case of an infiltration. We wouldn't have a gatehouse if we didn't have a road to get into the city. I'm digging out a tunnel to accommodate that. The bridge will be added in later, as I'm not really sure what I want it to look like. After adding in the walls, I'm ready to get planning on the new part of town. The last district is gonna be a more service/facility related area. So we're planning in some larger building complexes using different colors so I can distinguish them later. I'm talking about a police department, a school, a garrison building, a council building, stuff like that. I just have to decide which one is gonna be which. I'm adding in some smaller houses in the empty spaces just so I can finish off the plan for the next and last part of the town. Enough building for today, it's time to go goat hunting. For a few moments I tried getting them to ram me with a shield, which I found very ineffective. After a while I found this little thing online where you can put goats in a small little room, dig out a 1 block tall hole, and the goats will ram you and hit the block above you, resulting in the dropping of its horn. I did this for way longer than I had to, and after getting almost a shulker of 4 types of horns, I discovered that the other 4 types of horns can only be collected from a screaming goat, so I set out to find one. Oh, and don't mind the thinning of the herd here, I needed to avoid some confusion. Getting the goat over though was pretty easy, and now I get to start all over again. Adding all 8 horns to the collection took me less time thanks to the little trick with the hole in the wall, but this does complete our musical room in the Norman Keep. The floor that these rooms are connected to does need some work though. It seems a perfect space to add a library, but I do want to add something extra. So I started copying the existing maps that we have and creating new ones for the Guardian Farm and the Keep itself. I made these large map posters that can serve for research purposes, and the rest we can fill in with some bookcases, some desks, and just to add a hint of color amongst of all the wood, I'm adding in some potted flowers as well. This completes a library, and I like making these collections. So if you have any ideas on what collection we can start or even gather up, let me know in the comments, and we might do that in the future. With all of this work done, I do think that this is the right time and place to end the video. If you liked it, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!